this family guy. He's having this baby with this girl who, is another homegrown sister, what have you. It kind of feels inauthentic to me. It feels like, and not that Meek fighting for injustice seems inauthentic, because I do believe that after all that he's been through, that he really does want to see criminal reform happen. But I also believe that he still wants to make ratchet music. So I don't believe in this single. I'm sorry. What is you guys' synopsis on the whole Meek and Nicki thing? I think that we should not be privy to that. I think that whatever fight that they're having, y'all need to just have the conversation amongst one another, like two grown adults, and not drag us into it. Because when you have it publicly, you leave yourself open to public fodder in terms of everyone feeling like they can have an opinion about you guys' relationship or lack thereof. Now, to me, I think what we're witnessing is two people who don't have closure in terms of their relationship. You know what I mean? Like, yes, Nicki Minaj is fully married to this man, Meek. Like, why do you feel the need to comment on what her man is wearing? That's weird. It's weird. I'm sorry. And even if you do it with you and Milano in the bed. And, she's a designer. She knows things. Y'all two drag them together. Make that pillow talk. You and your dream chasers, y'all drag them through the streets of dreams, But don't come on a public forum and like something that is an offense to her man and expect her to not react. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. I think that, like, if you two don't have closure and closure is not possible, then leave each other the fuck alone. Don't comment on her public life. She's married. Like, if she were to comment about Milano, it would be like, niggas would drag Nicki for that. They would drag her up and down the fucking highway and byway. So it's not okay for you either. You look pressed. You look pressed for commenting on her husband's outfit? His outfit ain't none of your business, nigga. Like, stand down, soldier. Like, either you are pressed or you're not pressed. If you're not pressed, leave her the fuck alone. That's it. And honestly, if I was Milano DeRouge or whatever her name is, I would be mortified by this. I would be fucking mortified. If I was Kenneth Petty, I would be mortified by this. Look at Safari. Safari doesn't comment on shit. Him and Erica Mena just had their beautiful baby girl. They just dropped a little single. They dropped a little hip hop single for the girls. I don't think any of you guys will be going out to buy Safari's Street single, but that's fine. He's over there living his Mona Scott Young life, and he is fine. He is not making any comments about Nicki, and that could be because he is not allowed to. I don't know. But what I do know is Safari is happy where he is, and therefore, there's no issues between him and Nicki. He's not making sideways comments about her man. He's not making sideways comments about her. They've moved on. So it strikes me as interesting that Meek is unable to move on, seemingly, from anything that is taking place between him and Miss Minaj. That's all. Oh, Lord. You guys, do you guys follow the Instagram page Humans of New York? Bitch, I hope you do, because this week's one was a doozy. Y'all saw Bobby Love, a.k.a. Walter Miller? Woo! 11 straight posts of goodness. Now, if you have not read it, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but go to, and I believe that they have a Twitter page as well, but if not, just Google it. Humans of New York, and Google Bobby Love, aka Walter Miller. What a riveting fucking story. 11 pages of goodness, okay? Fantastic. I loved every bit of it. And hopefully, you will too. They're already talking about making this story a possible book. So please get into it, girl. Have you guys been following politics this week? I know we've been inundated by all the pop star shenanigans, but I want to make sure that you guys are still staying woke as it pertains to what is happening in our politics. So this week we had the Iowa caucuses, which was a big fakakta. I still don't know who came out to be the clear winner of that. Was it Bernie Sanders? Was it Pete Buttigieg? Don't judge me. I have gas sometimes. I don't know if it was Pete Buttigieg or Bernie Sanders who came out to be the winner. What I do know is Buttigieg has claimed that he has won. However, all of the votes had not been counted. At any rate, your president was also acquitted of all impeachment charges. Senators voted 52-48 to acquit him of abuse of power and 53-47 on obstruction of justice charges. Now, shout out to Mitt Romney of Utah, the only Republican senator who voted to convict the president of abuse of power, who was later dragged by your president. Honestly, doesn't it feel like this nigga's gonna be our president for the rest of the days? Like forever. Like, I think that he's never gonna leave. And I will predict this. I believe that upon his because honestly, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I believe he will win the next election unless we have someone come out on the Democratic side or the Republican side at the last minute who would be a formidable opponent. I mean, it would have to be like Michelle Obama or Oprah Winfrey and honestly, with the way things are going with Oprah right now, I don't know. I think the only person who could run and beat your president in this election would be Michelle Obama, to be honest with you. I don't think that any of the Democratic candidates have the gumption and the chutzpah, to beat him. I don't. So we'll see how that turns out. He posted a tweet. He reposted a tweet of him being the winner for 2020, 2024, 2028. And it just went on and on and on. I'm telling you, remember when Mayor Bloomberg was the mayor of New York City, and the conversation was, how can we get him to be mayor for longer than the 8-year term that is given? And I just remember there being talk of changing the term limits in New York City in order to stretch Bloomberg's tenure as mayor. Now, if you're not from New York City, you know that you're only allowed, or you may not know that you're only allowed 2 terms as mayor. And after that, you're done. Same thing like president. You're only allowed 2 terms. And after that, you gotta go. And I think that we are going to have a rough time with the gotta go part with your president. Okay, so in some sad news this week, Future's 17-year-old son, Future the rapper, his 17-year-old son, Jacoby Wilburn, was found to be in possession of a gun with the serial number scratched off. This happened actually late last month. He also has been hit with criminal gang activity charges, criminal trespassing charges, and a charge of altered ID of a gun. Now, as he is 17 and living in the state of Georgia, he is considered to be an adult, which means that he is facing 5 to 20 years in jail. Now, Future is covering the finances for this. Jacoby's mom, Jessica Smith, did release a statement saying that she and Future have been on top of the legal matter. Meanwhile, through all of that, you are seeing your girl Ciara virtually flourish as her suavemente husband. Listen, if you didn't get into Russell Wilson's new flip do, then bitch, I don't see it for you. Let me tell you something, okay? I thank God for Russell Wilson and Ciara every day, because The energy that they give is by far some of my favorite. Their frequency is on another level. It is. And I imagine that if you are Future, even if you are dating one of the most beautiful women in the world, which is Lori Harvey, she is gorgeous. You still have to get a Mylanta or a little bit of Pepto-Bismol every time you see Sierra. It has to burn. It does. She's beautiful. She's got to be at least in her second trimester. She's slaying the scene. Her and her man stopped by the Tom Ford show in LA this week, and they just looked like blessings fall Pomeranian. They just looked good. They just looked like God's love is all up and through them, and that there's just blessings just falling on them. Meanwhile, Lori Harvey was apparently the victim of a carjacking as she was leaving Atlanta. It's not funny, but it's just ironic. As she was leaving a Atlanta grocery store, a nigga tried to run up on her and steal her Rolls Royce. She can be seen fighting him off, and then there was a driver who pulled up and also saw the carjacking happening. And needless to say, Lori made off just fine, and she was not hurt, thank God, in this carjacking. And yeah, I'm praying for her. You know, she's a young girl, and I really hope that, this relationship finds her in good health. Anyways, let's get off of that, because it's just so much Debbie Downer shit happening. No, let's get to some happy news. So Erykah Badu will be releasing her own version of Pumkash. Now, Erykah, you stole this idea from Jim Jones' mama. Now, Mama, that's Mama D, right? Mama D. Now, wait a minute. Now, is Mama D Lil Scrappy's mom or Jim Jones' mama? Now, I know that they're two different people, but I thought that was Mama Jones. Mama Jones is name, but Mama Jones is one thing. Mama D is somebody else. So Mama Jones, remember when she tried to release Pumkash and it was going to be a fragrance of her pum pum? Yes. Well, Erykah Badu will be releasing this fragrance, which reportedly is the smell of her vagina. Are y'all buying this? I won't be. But, for anybody who wants to smell Erykah Badu's pum pum, good on you. And I hope that it just releases all kinds of spiritual goodness and third eye realness on you. Rihanna dropped her new Fenty line with a pop-up shop at New York City's Bergdorf's this week. I guess my invitation got lost in the mail for the pop-up shop party, but nonetheless, I'm not going to be mad. She released what I believe is her second round of clothing for the Fenty apparel, and prices are ranging for this one anywhere between $500 and $1,600, I think, or maybe a little bit over that. She's got a really dope floor length anorak that I think is going for $1,650. So hopefully, it's not for the brokies. It ain't for me. It is certainly, that shit is not for me, but for whoever it is for, good on you. Macy's is set to close 125 stores as they are looking to save on some money on the back end and revamp their image. I believe that if some of these Macy's executives would just learn to take a little bit less money, maybe you wouldn't have to close so many stores and displace so many people from their jobs. But that's just my personal opinion. Last but not least, Iman Hamm and Drake. Now, if you guys believe that this is an actual couple, I also have a bridge that I would like to share to you, or sell to you. Now, Iman, I believe, I don't know if she celebrated her birthday or what, and her and Drake took a picture. And what is making y'all think that they're a thing? Because I on no there is no way on God's green earth that I believe that Iman